How's it going? My name is Cody Raby, and today I'm going to be demonstrating my Fitness Friend web app. I made this using CSS, Python, and HTML. I used Flask and various other imports, which I can show quickly. Almost open the config, you don't want to do that. So we have some imports here, Flask bcrypt.env, which is just for loading our keys, datetime for some calendar stuff, Flask, JSONify, request, SQAlchemy, and we have all of this stuff is stuff that I basically set up, which I will get into in a future video that I'm going to go over the code a lot more in depth. This video is more of a demonstration of the app. So first of all, I'll just explain the structure of my app and how it works. So we have a backend where I have a app.py, a machine learning plan maker which uses a decision tree, and that is trained on data which I created here, and it basically is used to generate user plans based on their input. And then we have our models here, which are the machine learning models trained on that data, which is used for that generation, which this predict does that generation. That's the machine learning part. We have system tests here. I'm not going to go in depth about those. Instance, which contains my database information, and a schema.sql, basically so that I can create that database if I needed to. And then we have our app.py with the endpoints, and then our modules, which I just touched on, but I'm not going to go in depth on in this video. So all of our endpoints are in this app.py backend app, which the front end calls to perform the functionality here. So this front end app.py app is responsible for rendering our HTML templates and handling basically the information transfer between our backend to this one by calling the backend endpoints, also passing the API key in the header, and handling that. And templates, of course, HTML, and our CSS styling. So this is a basic web app. It's not really basic, actually. It's a custom-built RESTful API backend to populate front-end information and handle all of our functionality. And you can see here that this is our backend URL for our API. So that is kind of the explanation of the code. I wouldn't say it's basic. It's pretty. There's a good amount of depth to it, and I don't feel like someone who's just getting into coding would really be able to do this. But the code is pretty sound, and in the future, I want to make a web app that's similar to this using a custom-built API. And I'm going to do this using JavaScript and React.js, which this also could have been done in React.js, but I don't have enough experience with it yet. So instead, I use Flask for this. So let's get into the demonstration. First of all, we have our login page here, but I'm going to take us to the home page of the website. So we have our home page here. We have a calendar displayed, our title, some little description stuff, and then login, register, about us. First, I'm just going to show the login page. You see here, username, password, reset password, register. We have first name, last name, username, email, date of birth, goal, password, confirm password. And then we have our about us page. So if we click here, we're given this. Let's get started. I'm going to make an account tester2. Say tester. Say tester2. Say tester at tester.com. Then we're going to give this person a generic birthday. Goal is to gain muscle. We'll say gain weight. And we'll give them a password. So we log in here, and we have our dashboard, Tester2's fitness dashboard. We have plans, track workout, tracking history, settings, and log out from the dashboard. Also want to mention the front end HTML and CSS styling will likely improve in the future as I do more work on this. For the most part, this is demonstrating the logic, some of the functionality of the website. It will look better in the future, but it does look alright now. It doesn't look overly ugly or hard to use. So we're going to go ahead and check out plans. So if we go here, we have home, create plan, generate plan, remove plan, and track workout. So tester 2 has no plans because they're a new user. So we're going to go ahead and create a plan for them from scratch. You can see you can do the plan name. We'll say it's a pull. Like pull as in like a pull day at the gym. We'll say slow and controlled pull day for the notes, 50 minutes. Let's give them a workout to do. We're going to say T-bar rows, 2 by 10, barbell rows, 3 by 10, and let's throw in like rear delt flies. We'll do 4 by 10. And you can do up to 8. You can edit them. You don't have to do up to 8. Change the reps, the sets, and it will all work. So we have the plan created here, generic one. So this is how you would make a plan using your own input. But we also have generate plan, which uses that model, which I touched on. So these are the user input for this generate plan. Hypertrophy or strength, and then the targeted areas. So if they want to do legs, they can do that. We're going to generate one for legs and back. And they can also select more than 2 and it will work just fine. I want to mention that this is just outdated because I hadn't created that synthetic data set that includes further data points that include all of these. So let's do legs and back and see what it makes. We have a leg and back workout. We have hypertrophy, 50 minutes. We have box squats, 3 by 11. We have upright rows, 3 by 11. Cable rows, 3 by 11. Calf raises, 3 by 11. Hamstring curls, 3 by 11. And T-bar rows, 3 by 11. That is a very good leg and back workout, if you ask me. And that is one that I would actually do myself. So that's the one that the decision tree generated. And say we want to generate a strength one. Let's say chest and full body, right? Let's see what it comes up with. We have a chest and full body that is barbell and bench incline press, hip thrust, pull-ups, cable chest press, dumbbell incline press, can't speak, dumbbell incline press, and Russian twist. So Russian twist, core, chest, back, arms, glutes, legs, and then a chest. So that's a pretty balanced chest and full body workout that's geared more towards chest. So that's what it came up with there. So we can actually track one of these workouts now or remove. Let's go ahead and remove the pull one. And let's go and track a workout. So we're going to select this one, the chest and full body. So we have some information to put in here in this table. Average reps performed. We're going to say we did 10. We're going to say they did 200 pounds on this and that they had 2 reps in reserve. Say 10 for the hip thrust. Say they did 90 pounds. Say they had 3 reps in reserve. And then we're going to say 10. We're going to say 0. They did no weight for the pull-ups, just body weight. And that they could have kept going. They could have done 6 more or something crazy, right? Cable chest press, 10 reps. We're going to say they did 200. And we're going to say they had 3 reps in reserve. And then we're going to say 10. We're going to say 100. And we're going to say they had 1 rep in reserve. And then we're going to say 10, 0 weight. And we're going to say they had 3 reps in reserve. So we submitted our tracking, so we can go to tracking history. From here, we can also go to it from the home page, but tracking history, and you will see the date, and we will see our information. Barbell bench incline press information. Our future recommended weight for this one is 200 pounds because we had low reps in reserve. Our future recommended weight for this one is 95 pounds, so it thinks we can do a little bit more. This one, same thing. This one thinks we should do 10 pounds, so weighted pull-ups because it was so easy to do the regular ones. And these are for the same rep sets as well, the recommended weight. And same thing with this one, it recommended 5. So that's some basic info there. In there, we're going to go to advanced tracking history, and we're going to check out cable chest press for our lift. So in here, you can actually choose a lift, and this will get information filtered by that lift and help the user actually see how good they've been doing on a specific lift, not just through the day tracking log history. So it was chest press, right? What was it? It was cable chest press. So if we go here, first of all, if a user selects something that's not been tracked, make sure you track the lift, alright? So cable, chest press. So our information here is displayed. Our max weight performed is 200. We've only done it once, average 200, and our track lifts is here. You can track multiple times, different plans. This will populate all of the instances of that lift. As well, here it will be showing the reps performed and the date and that weight that was lifted. And then it'll calculate the average, and then it'll also make sure you know your max that you have done. And another feature I'm going to add in the future is a projected 1 rep max, which is going to be pretty simple to calculate based on the information we'll be obtaining from the user. So that's going to be there in the future. And that's the advanced analytics. So if we come back here, you can also see, since we have tracked the lift on the home page, this is highlighted green. That's because the user has tracked the lift on this day, and that's going to stay highlighted green. And tomorrow, if a user tracks a lift, this one will. And any day the user tracks a lift on that month, it will be highlighted green. So all that's left really to go over is our settings, which are basic. We just have our information from registration. You can change the email. This one is tester@tester.com, right? So we're going to make it like tester1. Email's already attached to another account. So that's attached to another tester account I did. So we'll do tester2@tester.com. Bam, changed. Then we have reset password, which you click on. It takes you to this directory, which is also accessible from the login page in case the user doesn't know. And they can simply type in their existing email, and it will change their password. And once again, the backend is handling all of these API requests. You can see right here that it's been handling all of our API requests as we work through the app. And then you can see as well on the front end, let me pull it up on my left monitor, the rendering templates, etc., etc. This is just basically getting the app routes for that user, and then sending some post requests here and there for the backend to handle. And that is basically it for the demonstration of my fitness friend tracker, workout tracker, lift tracker, whatever you want to call it, exercise tracker. But the app is going to be improved even further, like interface wise. I also want to add some more system testing. I want to add a couple more features, but for the most part, this is the foundational components of the app, and I wanted to make a video demonstrating it. I am going to make a video in the future once I completely finish the code, where I demonstrate the endpoints, like how everything was made, how it all works, the functionality, and I also want to make in the future another web app similar to this where I do it completely in React.js and then some HTML, and it'll basically be another custom built API, but not using Flask the way I did this one. So hopefully this was useful. Hopefully this demonstration made sense and isn't too redundant, or hopefully it doesn't skim on anything either. But yeah, that's my fitness tracker web app. Thank you for watching. And if you want to look at the GitHub code, that's going to be linked on my GitHub in the description. I have all of my functionality documents as well on my GitHub for this code, which I'll pull it up real quick. So you can see here, I have my overview of the app, which is just here. I have my functional requirements. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. It's fitness tracker. My functional requirements, my database design, some functionality documents, a work breakdown structure, and the EER relational database, which I think I already showed. I'm not sure if I showed it actually, but here it is. And then some other stuff, which is training data information, some features explained, and then of course the backend code with the endpoints, everything else, and the front end here. So this is also available on my GitHub. Feel free to go through it, check it out, but also look forward to that video of me demonstrating how I made the code, going through the long process of explaining each endpoint and how they connect to the front end, and so on and so forth. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully it was useful, or at least demonstrated the code correctly. And yeah, take it easy. Have a good one, and bye bye.